Okay, so for MD1 lesson 6, we are now converting metric units. And you can use the different ones to help you. So again, here's length, here's capacity, and here's mass, okay? So let's start off with our length, okay? So again, if we're going from smaller number to bigger, then with this, we're gonna multiply it, okay? If we're dividing, we're going to divide. Oh, hello, duh. If we're moving this way, we're gonna divide, okay? So if we're going from 5 centimeters to millimeters, centimeters to milli, we're gonna go times 10, okay? So if we have 5 times 10, okay? There we go. It'd be 50. Hello, I'm okay. All right. If we're going from meters to centimeters, so we're going from 1 to 100, so we're going to do times 100. So that one would be 4 times 100, which is 400, okay? Kilometers to meters, we're going to go times 1,000. So that would be 3,000 meters, okay? For capacity, 5 liters in how many milliliters? So that one, again, if we're going from a smaller number to a bigger number, we're going to multiply. So that means we're going to do 1,000, so it'd be 5,000. Okay, now if we had the 5,000 milliliters and we want to know how many liters it was in, we would just divide by the 1,000, which would bring us back to the 5. Okay, all right. Oh, sorry. And then for mass, so if we're going from kilograms to grams, then we'll go times 1,000 because we're going from the smaller to the bigger. So that means this would be 7,000 grams. Okay. All right, so let's look over here. So to get from kilometers to meters, we can just look at it on our chart, and we're going this way again, so that'd be times 1,000. So in 1, there's 1,000, and that means for 2 times 1,000 it'd be 2,000. 3 times 1,000 would be 3,000. 4 times 1,000 would be 4,000. Okay. If we're going from liters to milliliters, let's look over here. Liters to milliliters, that would be capacity again. So it's times 1,000. So 1 times 1,000, same thing. 2 times 1,000 would be 2,000. So we're going times 1,000. 3 times 1,000 would be 3,000. And then 4 times 1,000 would be 4,000. Okay. Meters to centimeters. So that one would be times 100. Okay. So we're going to go, to get from meters to centimeters, we're going to go times 100. So 5 times 100 would be 500. This is why you'll notice these are much friendlier to work with. This is why a lot of people prefer metric units because it's just easier to do the math with. So 6 times 100 would be 600. 7 times 100 would be 700. And 8 times 100 would be 800. And now we're going from centimeters to milliliters. Millimeters, excuse me. Centimeters to millimeters. So if we have centimeters, okay, in 1 centimeter, there's 10 millimeters. So we can go times 10. Times 10. So 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 10 is 20, 3 times 10 is 30, and 4 times 10 is 40. Okay? All right. Now if we're going from liters, we have 40 to milliliters. Okay? 40 liters. So if we're going from liters to milliliters, we're going to do times 1,000. Okay? So this one's a little trickier because we already have that 1 0. So let's do the 4 and the 1 0. And then we need to add 3 more for the 1,000. So 1, 2, 3. So it'd be 40,000 milliliters. If we're going from 22 meters to centimeters, that would be length. So it's times 100 if you go from meters to centimeters. So we'll do our 22. So it'll be times 100. So we're going to add 1, 2 zeros. So it'll be 2,200 centimeters. Okay. If we're going from kilometers to meters, kilometers to meters, we're going times 1,000. Okay. So let's do our 30 first and then add 3 zeros. And then we'll come back into our comma. So 30,000. Okay. 6,000 milliliters. Milliliters. We're down here. And we want to get to liters. So this one we're going to divide by 1,000. Okay. So if we're dividing by 1,000 and it's 6, so it'd be 6,000 divided by 6. Divided by 1,000, it's going to be 6. Okay. Because there's 6,000s in 6,000. If we're going from 26 meters to millimeters, meters to millimeters, where are we? So in one, what did I do? Meters, 1 meter, there are 10 millimeters, right? Centimeter, millimeter, meter to centimeters. Yes. So we're going to do times 100. Sorry, brain freeze. So we put our 20, oop, not a 6 there. That's wrong. 26, and then we're going to go 0, 0, 0, like that. 2600. Jeez. Sorry, guys. 2600, right? Okay. And then if we're going from kilometers to meters, if we look over here, kilometers to meters, it's times 1,000. So 7 times 1,000 would be 7,000. Okay. If we're going from, we want to know which one is bigger. So if we have liters and milliliters, we just have to think. So 6 liters, and in 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters. So if we want to get this to milliliters, 6 times 1,000 would be 6,000. That means that this would be less than 60,000. And if it's 9,000 grams or 9,000 kilograms, well, in 1 kilogram, there's 1,000 grams. So 9,000 grams would only be 9 kilograms. So that means this, again, is less than. So that's converting metric. Just use your chart, go the correct way, and that's it.